big welcome to, and we make the energy here together an energy of community and an energy of connection. So I just want to encourage us all to connect in the chat. And some of you have maybe done a similar practice as what we're going to do today. I'm going to share my screen and talk for a little bit with you about the practice, because I think it can kind of help, to think, to use our minds a little bit before we started, and to kind of know what about half an hour of meditation is going to look like today. So I'm just going to walk you through the steps. And as you hear kind of the steps of today's practice, I'm going to invite you right now just to listen with your body as well, and notice if your body gives you any messages as we talk about the different steps, or if your mind has any questions. So the steps of today's meditation, the 7-part meditation, is we're going to start with our body awareness, and we're going to pay attention to the way we're sitting, the way we're breathing, the way we're connecting and grounding our energy. And so this is a stabilizing part of the meditation, that first step. And we're kind of, coming home, coming into our inner landscape. And sometimes with that might come some resistance, or whoa, my mind is really active. And that's okay. Just notice that however you are today. And that's just perfect. There's no way you're supposed to meditate in this practice, but being aware of what's happening is going to happen all throughout the 7 parts. I keep getting questions. Can we turn on the transcription? So yes, we can, but we're not going to do it yet. I'm going to count on the team to turn on that function, because I'm sharing my screen right now, so I can't do both those things at once. Thank you for reminding us that you would like the transcript. We'll get you a transcript one way or another. So the second part of the meditation is our breathing exercise. And today we're going to do a unique breathing exercise that uses our hands, and it uses this position. And then, so it's a breathing and an energy exercise, and it uses, can you guys see my hands on top of my head? So in kind of a steeple, and then bringing the hands down, and then connecting the fingers again. And if that doesn't feel right, go with whatever feels right for you. That's always in every part of this meditation. Do what feels right for you. And I'll be walking you through it, but you listen to your own inner guidance is always the most important thing when it comes to finding that place of awareness. And meditation can mean so many different things, but it's usually there's a level of peace and kindness to ourselves that comes naturally when we're meditating. And so along with that might be the mind thinking, it might be emotions, it might be body movements, but within it, there is a sort of just like an exhale, and you realize you needed to exhale and you didn't know you needed to exhale, and then you just, it's a great reminder. And so I feel like meditation does that for us. Sometimes it's the inhale. So after the breathing with that form of energy movement, we're going to do intention setting. And I'm going to just invite you, you can set any intention you want, but I'm going to invite you, even right now with your mind, to notice if there are times from your past or times in your future. This could, or it could be when you were a child, or it could be when you were, I don't know, some other stage of your life, or a part of your life, like when you're at work or when you're doing some other task, and that you want to give your own loving kindness to that part or that time or that sort of activity that you engage in. So we're going to be kind of time travelers, And it's nice to know if there's an intention you have for when you would like to give your own loving kindness, your own care to that part of yourself or that time. And if the time in the past brings up suffering for you, which as human beings, we all have that. And for some of us, we've had more difficult times, then just know that you can keep your time travel just to this last week or month. You don't have to go really far back. And also, we're going to go into the future. You also don't have to go very far in the future. You could go to later this week or later today. Just a little experiment. And what you're doing here is you're bringing your loving kindness forward, backwards, into the moment, into parts of self. And this is really the main healing of today's meditation. Meditation in general does this. So this morning I sat to meditate, and after a full day yesterday with a lot of activity, a lot of talking and people and joy and, a lot, I found my mind very active. And I realized in this morning's meditation practice that I did in silence, my practice was to create a peaceful environment and give permission to my mind to offload whatever she needed to offload. I call her a she, but that's just what I do. And I was bringing my own acceptance and presence to the mind's activity. Eventually, the mind slowed and there was a lot more there. But don't worry, we're in a busy time of year, many of us. And so if you find that, you're bringing your presence to the moment as well. You don't have to be different than you are right now today. So with this, there's a lot of acceptance. And this regulates our nervous system. This calms us. This expands our heart center. This brings in greater and greater ability to care for ourselves, to be on our own, kind of on our own side, you could say, to nurture ourselves. And that allows us to be even more present for others as well. And so then we will do an energy exercise with energy balls and giving that energy to our body. And we'll be using our creativity as we do that. And the healing part of the practice is going to be that time traveling with loving kindness to ourselves. And then we'll rest as awareness just for a few minutes. And that's a more silent part of the practice, allowing everything to be as it is. And then we will generate even more loving kindness, you could say. We'll just keep expanding with that, and we will give it out to others, and we will also feel ourselves receiving it. So in that last part of the practice, we're giving and receiving, and we'll use the breath to assist us in that. Okay. And if you haven't yet shared today a hello, go ahead and say hello, because we like to use this time together, not just for meditation, but for connection. That's what this is really about. And, I see many people who are part of Coaching Institute and some people I don't know. And I like to just go to gallery view and say hello to everyone visually. I realize it's in myself, but you might want to do that too, just to say hello. Notice people's incredible backgrounds. I'm catching a lot of colors: red, pink, blues, waves. Hi, Claudia. Getting that kiss. And sometimes it's better not to be in video, and I really respect that. I completely understand that. I go to a weekly silent meditation where I start in video. I saw that, Joan, too, that heart. and I'm in video just to say hello, and then off with my video. So I totally get it. All right, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and start, and I will enable the live transcript because we were getting some requests for that. Enable. So if anyone needs that, you should be able to now see the live transcript. And the practice is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm never really sure. And I'm just going to share the slide as I lead. Right. So coming into our bodies now, into this moment today, whatever that means for you, you might want to roll your shoulders a bit. Notice the way you're sitting. Take a deep breath. You might be lying down, and that's perfect, or standing up. So just really giving your attention and your permission to your body for a moment. You'll keep giving this attention and permission to the body all through the practice. Our bodies can be included in our meditation. So taking some nice deep breaths. If that feels good, give yourself a hug if that feels right, or roll the shoulders or the hands or the head. Just take a moment to notice your feet. Notice how your feet are connecting to the earth. I'm also noticing I have an itchy nose. So just noticing the legs, hips, belly. Taking a nice deep breath into the lower body. And noticing the middle of your body. You might want to put a hand on your stomach or your ribs or your heart, noticing your back, your sides, shoulders, arms, neck, face, back of your head, top of your head. And then going back to that lower part of the body, the hips, the pelvic floor, the bones inside your legs and hips. What is it like to imagine that inner area within you? And just imagining a beautiful light within you that connects like a grounding cord of light. It might be quite wide and steady, and it goes down to the earth's light, connecting you with Mother Earth. And bring in your own metaphors, your own way of feeling safe, feeling comfort and ease. And it might just be through words right now, allowing the lower body to feel comfort and ease and connection with the earth. Taking some nice deep breaths into the stomach, imagining the air filling the belly, the lower back, and listening to your body as you breathe. Allowing your breath to be long or short, however you feel is the right way for you to bring attention to your breath. And now we're going to do a little more breathing exercise that uses energy also. So just bringing your hands together in front of you, touching your fingertips gently to each other. What is that like to just gently connect to the fingertips on both hands? Breathing fully, feeling that connection in the fingertips. And when you're ready in your own way, bringing the hands together as you breathe in and bringing the hands up overhead into a steeple position. I'm going to get small as so you can see like this. And then pausing your breath, holding your breath here with the hands over your head in the steeple position. And then when you're ready, exhaling and slowly bringing the air out as the hands come down around you, coming back together at the heart in either prayer position or fingers touching, like you're making a beautiful triangle. Breathing in again when you're ready, breathing in and bringing the hands up above your head, pausing and holding your breath with your hands over your head. They might be in prayer position or like a triangle, fingertips touching. And then when you're ready to exhale, slowly exhaling and just imagining as the hands move down, energy, light, love surrounding you. And then hands together at the heart, pausing, holding the breath. And then when you're ready, hands, fingertips lightly touching, inhaling the hands up overhead. And going at your own pace, holding the breath if you'd like, when the hands are up over your head. And at your own pace, exhaling fully, surrounding yourself with care. And when you're ready and your hands are connecting again in front of your body, holding the breath and going at your own rhythm, hands moving up as you inhale. Holding the breath as you wish. Exhaling and releasing, bringing energy, light, love, softness all around you. And if you are holding your breath, just notice the stillness within as the breath pauses. And then notice the subtlety of your breath as you inhale, bringing the hands up overhead. We'll do one more cycle. And honoring yourself. And as you rest here, hands connected, or perhaps you want to place a hand on your heart, whatever feels right, or the hands on your lap or lying next to you, just connecting to yourself now in this peaceful moment. You might say hello to your mind, to your body. Ask yourself how you're doing. And notice what it's like just to give yourself the permission to be exactly as you are. Whatever you notice, an itch, a feeling. And from this place of acceptance, bring in your intention for your practice, for your own loving kindness towards yourself. Noticing if there's a time or a part of your life or something that's coming up or something that just happened that you would like to send care to, kindness, peace, love, and just feeling that intention in yourself to be kind to you, to yourself, to be your own loving friend. Let this intention spread through your body, being grounded in your energy, connected to the earth. Notice what is it like to invite this intention throughout your physical body and around you, around your layers of experience around the body. And just breathing, being with your intention. From this place, we're going to just make little energy balls. So just imagining you're holding a beautiful little ball. Maybe it's a big ball or medium sized, whatever you wish. And just bringing the hands into a steady rhythm of feeling the space between the hands. This can feel a little bit like magnets, and imagining anything at all you'd like to fill this ball with. It could be a beautiful light, glitter, an emotion like joy. And you're making your own healing ball of light, of imagination, of textures. Perhaps there's a sound you'd like to put in your healing ball, and you could om, or maybe there's a word you'd like to add to your healing ball. And when you're ready, noticing if there's a place in your body that would like this healing, and just bring your hands, the energy you created between the hands, to that place on your body. It can be a slow process or fast. And just take a deep breath there, inviting that experience in. And let's make one more ball of healing. And just notice what it's like the second time. Let your breath be your helper. And choose an emotion. And notice what it's like to think of images, shapes, colors, sounds that help that emotion be experienced. This could be peace, love, joy, acceptance, neutrality, humor. Whatever it is, and when you've made that ball of healing and you're ready, then just give that ball of healing energy to a part of you. Resting for a moment, noticing the whole body. Noticing if there's any movement that's needed, or if any energy has gathered and you want to do a little head crown pull. This can help if there's any energy that you need to kind of move. You can massage yourself gently or tap. I got a little gathered energy in my forehead, so I'm just moving it gently. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm just going to go with it. Sometimes it's nice to make a figure 8 around the eyes, connecting the two parts of the body, the two sides, through this figure 8 infinity symbol. We do the same thing if we cross our legs or hug ourselves. Yeah, an integration. Okay. So from this place, hopefully you're feeling a little bit slowed down, noticing the legs again, the heart, the head, the shoulders, and imagining yourself just a couple hours ago. I don't know what you were doing. You might have been sleeping, walking, talking, working, laughing, crying, anything at all. Just imagine yourself earlier today and notice what it's like. How do you imagine yourself? Do you think about yourself or see yourself? Or is there a knowing about yourself earlier? And in this connection to yourself from just a couple hours ago, give yourself the gift of wishing this past you to feel good, wishing for yourself kindness, acceptance, ease. And just breathing as you imagine yourself earlier today and you send to yourself love. How do you imagine that? Sending yourself love. Is it a feeling in your heart? Is it like a cool breeze or an animal you care about as the messenger of love, kindness? Does it feel difficult to send that to yourself, and just honor that? Fill yourself with kindness for recognizing if it's difficult. And it can help sometimes to put a hand or two hands on our heart, or maybe one on our lower stomach and one on our heart. And go back a little further if you'd like to yesterday or another time this week. A moment when maybe you were frustrated or sad or anxious, jealous, irritated. And just send that time, that you who had that feeling, send yourself acceptance, send yourself kindness. Remind yourself of the past, that you're human. You might say within yourself, I send you my love, I send you my support. It's hard. Yesterday or a few days ago, when you were very happy, very easy, very comfortable, maybe you were doing something entertaining or active, and just send to that moment in time also your support, your recognition. Honor yourself. Honor yourself, whatever you remember, whether it's a form of difficulty or a form of ease. Be unconditionally supportive to yourself right now. That past you from yesterday or a few days ago, honor yourself with this unconditional support, whether something was easy or hard. Tell yourself, I see you. I'm here for you. I honor you. Just breathe with that. Give to yourself now without words, just with loving intentions, as though you could send back in time a swirling rainbow or a beautiful butterfly or a lovely rain shower, a rock that just soaks up the sun, or the feel of water. Anything pleasant, send that to yourself in the past whenever you need it. Send words or images, sounds. And just this intention to go back in time and give yourself unconditional support, unconditional love. It's very healing. It's very unusual. We don't usually do this. And so just breathing and feeling your body as you do this. And when you're ready, recognizing yourself right now in this moment, doing this practice. However it is to do this now, recognize yourself and give to yourself in this moment with your breath. Give yourself a wish. May I feel joy. May I feel kindness. May I feel love. May I feel expansion. May I feel gentleness. May I feel acceptance. And any other wishes for yourself right now in this moment in time. And just breathe and connect to your body, to your heart space, to your back body, your front body, as you make these wishes for your current self, for you right now in this moment. And when you're ready, imagining yourself tomorrow, maybe when you wake up tomorrow, and thinking of yourself right as you wake up, send that future self a wish for health, a wish for ease, a wish for joy, for love, connection, laughter, whatever you wish to wish for yourself, many things, wishing for the you that wakes up tomorrow. And if you wish to go further into the future, something that's happening in the future this week, or maybe in a few weeks, or an activity you do where you could use more support, send that future self love, kindness, acceptance, gratitude. It might come in a whole sentence, or it might come as a feeling, or an image, or a sound. Might be a wish for courage, or action, truth. And just enjoy yourself as you think of the future you. Enjoy yourself as you give these gifts to yourself. And bring your body into it. There might be energy, there might be relaxation, there might be expansion. And just noticing the body as you make these wishes for any part of yourself, the present self, the past, the future, the part of you that does something like walk your dog, or drive somewhere, or make a meal. Just resting now in this moment, letting go of the past with kindness, love, letting go of the future with kindness and love, and just resting right now in this moment. Allowing however the body is, the emotions, thoughts, just allowing. You may want to focus on your breath, or on your hands, or on a word like allow, or love, or accept. And notice, what is it like to get a little lighter, a little more diffuse with your concentration? So if you're focusing on the breath, letting it just expand out a little so you're noticing more. If you're focusing on a word, let that word get a little lighter, more full of space. So you're allowing this expansion, like a gentle breeze. And just imagining a gentle open place in nature, or it could be the sun shining. It could be the peace of snow falling. Whatever comes to you as peaceful and open and vast. And let yourself experience that openness, that vastness right now in all of your senses and in your body, or in one sense or one way, just noticing how right now, in this moment, there's an openness. And from this place of openness, generosity, fullness, send out your love like rays of beautiful light out into the world. Notice where your love would like to travel. Your love might take the form of a kind wish, like may all people feel love. Or may a specific one person or animal or place in the world have more joy or ease or peace. We can direct our loving kindness in one area or towards one person, or we can expand it out as a general wish for wellness. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. Go with what your intuition guides you. And feel this wish for goodness in the world to come from your heart, to come from the back of your heart, spreading out as though you had gorgeous wings and beautiful rays of light emanating from you out in all directions, in one direction, with these wishes for wellness. May you feel joy. May you feel peace. May you feel cared for. Whatever comes to you. And when you're ready, noticing those wishes coming back into your heart, into your body. May I feel well. And then send it out so there's a gentle flow out. May others be well. And a flow in. May I be well. Just noticing if it's with your breath or with your hands or with energy or images. Noticing a steady rhythm of wishing well for others and receiving the same wishes back into yourself. May others feel kindness. May I feel kindness. And just going at your own rhythm, noticing how you experience the practice. Feeling that spacious generosity as you wish others well. And feeling a closeness, a connection with your own truth as you receive wishes for your own well-being that you speak, that you give yourself. And as we do this in community. We're wishing wellness for each other. We're supported by each other's energy, each other's kindness and goodness. The care that we all can feel. And when you feel complete, coming back to the body, feeling your grounded cord of light from the hips down into the earth. Noticing how it feels to bring attention to the feet, the legs. Stable, secure, present. And take a nice deep breath as you connect again now in the support of the earth. And thank yourself. Thank yourself for this time of attention and care. And let's do 3 beautifully cleansing breaths. So we're going to inhale, and I like to use my hands as I inhale to inhale energy. And exhale, just releasing, letting go of anything that's unneeded as you exhale. Doesn't matter if you use your mouth or your nose. Inhaling again, bringing in energy, light, love. Exhaling and letting go of anything that's unneeded. Inhaling again. And just taking a moment now to maybe move the shoulders, the head, get a cup of water. You might want to stretch a little, notice your room. Taking your time to come back. That was a half-hour practice. And we all probably experienced it in our own way, right? We're going to turn on the chat again. And I would love to hear from you. So team, just let me know if the chat is back on. Great. I saw Stacy wrote there. Wonderful. So, I know some of you are parents, some of you are coaches, friends, we relate to other people all the time. And it's such a blessing when we can take time, I think, to give to ourselves in this way. Sometimes we're very focused on the way we give to others, and that's great. It's wonderful. But I find it's equally important to just take that time with yourself and with your past self and your future self. And I would love to hear from you guys what you experienced, what you would like to kind of reflect on, or maybe you have a wish for the group or a share or a question. You can raise your hand if you go to reactions to raise your hand. And if you're watching this in the future through Facebook or YouTube, then share in the comments, share your experience. As we share our experience with others, we're often sort of allowing it to be, it's always an important wish, it's always an energy, but we're allowing it to kind of take a form and shape in our words and our communication. Mimi. Hi there.
Hi. Hello. Thank you for this session. I'm in my car.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I had to get my audio together. Can you hear me?
I can. Good to see
Hi.
you. Hello.
And awesome. I'm in my car and I feel so much better. I forget, I'm not a seasoned meditator, but I forget the practice is giving love to yourself. And when you took me back, I didn't have to go far back to send love. It was like anything that I do, send love. And that's the practice. So whether it's a great experience where I really appreciated it, or a experience which I could use the love. And I was going to the gym and I'm like, this is more important for the gym. Now my word was grace, to show grace into the world, like give the grace outward, instead of judgment, instead of fear, it's grace. We're all in need of grace.
Love that. That is
And
beautiful. I love that. Thank you. That grace. Oh,
I
such
share
a
that
good
grace
word.
me to myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
then I breathe it out and in.
Yeah.
And I feel so much better in my body.
Yeah.
So
Oh, thank you for sharing. I can feel your grace just emanating and going out to all of us. So thank you.
thank you.
And your smile too. I have a funny thing, maybe whenever I meet someone who's named Grace, I just get so happy. I feel like it's one of the best names ever. So, yeah.
That's just asking us to have grace upon ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
oh my, grant me grace. Although something might have happened that I could have done better, give myself some leisure, some grace, some love, some
Yeah.
kindness towards that. I love that. I love how you did that. And that was the word that came up.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
I love your share. Thank you so much. And we'll go to Alessandra. Hello.
Hello, hi,
Hi.
amazing. Thank
I'm
you.
trying to figure out how to share your screen for a second. Oh, there we go. Add spotlight. There we go. Hi.
Okay, hi, dear. Thank you so much. It's been really enriching, and especially because we always, I mean, as a mother, I always hope everything for my daughter, and especially she's not passing through a very easy time, the university and life, and the thing that you suggest, that you give, I mean, others, but then you remember to give yourself as well. So you hope, or I hope, that she find her way in the world, and her courage and determination. And in the meanwhile, I realize I need myself to find that courage now. And it's such a, I mean, I have my peace, because although everything is so confused and around, and I have my center, but I found it in the immobility. I mean, I found myself that if I don't move too much, I'm fine. But now I feel that I need to bring to the world something, and this is through action.
Yes, yes.
And I feel this conflict between try to stay still, not to, you know, if you don't move too much, then you don't perturbate, and you don't create perturbation around you, but also go towards,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and create. I feel that willingness to create, but
Yeah.
I'm stopped by that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's clear what
It is
I'm.
very clear, I think, and I think that I mean, you're speaking out loud something that many people feel, right? That there's a risk in that movement outward, and it's very valuable, right? It's very worthy. You know that it's worthy. So is there something that comes to you as a way to give yourself that courage to take those actions and to also allow yourself to fail sometimes? Just like we would be as parents, we would want our children to be able to, I imagine, to take risks, whether sometimes they succeed, sometimes they fail, but it's part of growth. Is there a way to give that that permission to yourself?
Regarding this, I'm very foggy. I'm very confused. I
You
don't
might
have.
want to, yeah, and that's so good that you notice that, and you're like, I want to just sort of bring attention to that when you say I'm foggy with that, that's a really good noticing. So I wonder if maybe there's an intention you could set of finding a way just may I have the courage to do whatever action you wish to do. May I experience the energy I need to go forward in this way, and then to rest when I need to find that stillness, to not create waves when I don't want to. But just that wish of may this happen. I know it's sort of funny to say just wish it, but I find that if we do that daily as a practice, it frees us from the fogginess to take the action. Worth trying.
Yes, yes. And it's more gentle than force ourselves to do.
Right,
or to
right,
act.
right. Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah, it
much.
makes it easier to do that showing up. Then that I think it's noble, it's important, it's a virtue. And we need that encouragement. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Probably, thank you, Alessandra. And probably there are many friends here, I'm guessing, who feel the same way. So share in the chat if you feel the same way, that you want to show up in some way in life and you're looking for more clarity or more courage or grace or some kind of experience to be able to show up in that way. And just, I think it's nice to be able to acknowledge that we're all human and we all have this in different ways. Yeah. I know I have it. I know there's and some of us, it's like a part of life. Like it might be work for one person. It might be social for someone else. It might be romantic for someone else. It might be creative. It might be health. Everyone has, and the New Year's stirs this up, right? The New Year's, everyone tends to kind of feel they have to make a sudden shift. So this is a little different approach. Make a gentle reminder to yourself of this as a practice. That's my little suggestion for today. CJ, hello.
Hi, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Magdalene? Yeah, thank you. So anyway, this is a much needed meditation to me because, with the holidays and everything, we're just giving and giving and giving, just energy. And then I think that we are depleted. So with this energy, we are able to get back to us. The loving kindness and everything like that. So I just want to thank you very much and everybody else that gave us all the loving kindness to actually fill our energy, our cup again, so we can go ahead and do it again the next day.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Well said.
Yeah,
Well
thank
said.
you.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else have a share or a question? There's some beautiful shares in the chat I'm going to read. Starting a new romantic relationship, and I need to come back to my home and breathing to let go of my twisted mind, but also allow my twisted mind and hold myself in my hands with that twisted mind. What a beautiful share there about breathing and acceptance and the excitement of life and connection. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to read all of the chat. I know I just picked out one message there to read as I waited, and Elizabeth raised her hand. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Can you hear me all right?
I can. I hear you really well.
Very good. So I have a quick question. Well, it's not quick, but what in terms of response, but what do you think soul healing or spiritual healing should look like? Yeah, like I just a quick
Elizabeth, I know you. You never asked a simple question, huh?
Right? Like, what do you think that looks like?
Oh, let's ask the group. Let's. Do you think I mean, in my experience, it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
So, the way I would experience that kind of healing might be really different than the way you experience it. I know that we can make specific requests to receive specific kinds of insight or healing. So recently I made I set the intention before meditation to receive insight on compassion.
Mhm.
And what I received was nothing like I thought it would be. I thought I'd get some insight, like some thought or some feeling. And instead, for me, it was an energy of opening and sort of releasing and sharing. And that was the way compassion taught me or gave me a kind of healing, right?
Mhm.
Someone else might receive a healing from compassion of like a closeness and an emotion. You know, I think it can be soul level healing can come in so many different ways, but there are some general, I guess, Elizabeth, tell me what you think. I think there could be some general kind of traits that we might all experience.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just know.
Comfort, like a
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
coming more from a place of I'm wounded there, and I'm, that's somewhere that I want, healing. And so, what does that even look like?
so is it a place in the past where you feel the wound, or is it a current situation or an emotion?
It's from the past, but it plays into life in the current, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's showing up. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's it like when it does show up? Is there something you could say to yourself in that moment that gives you that loving kindness? Is there a practice you could begin when you notice it show up, like that you actually bring a sense of security and safety to yourself?
I know I've been trying to do like the deep breathing and stuff like that that I've learned through this. Um I don't know. I've been so trapped, if you will, in the pain part that I haven't really entered into the healing part. And it's just something that like I've just felt like the voice saying it's time to explore healing. And so that's just
Yeah.
kind of,
It's really important. That's a beautiful voice to hear.
mhm,
So, I think one of the most surprising things I've found from like my own experiences healing my own traumas is and I know you didn't use that word, I'm using it for myself,
mhm,
but is neutrality.
yeah.
Sometimes there's kind of middle ground experiences that are really helpful. And one is being aware, like, so it's incredible that you have the clarity to notice when it's coming up. So
Mhm,
to be able to congratulate yourself in that moment, wow, I am present enough to notice this pain showing up. Whether it works to some people, it does work to take deep breaths, some it doesn't. Some need to
mhm,
jog, some need to draw or do something else or speak to oneself or call a friend.
mhm,
But the noticing is often the first step. I need healing right now.
mhm,
And whether you turn to another person or to yourself and give to yourself just that kindness, I'm human. Whatever happened in the past was not fair, not okay. And I honor and respect and love myself, or I'm just hoping for neutrality right now.
mhm,
I'm hoping for a sense of neutral. I'm hoping to feel whatever, my toes on the ground, to feel the security that I'm, you know, here connected to the earth. Could be different for anyone,
right.
but does
Right.
that connect at all, Elizabeth, that it can be more
Yes.
like it doesn't have to be fireworks, this kind of healing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
thank you.
All
That
right.
helps a
Good.
lot.
Good hearing your voice again. It's been a while.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Take care.
You too.
Okay. And Miriam, hello. How are you? Oh, I'm not hearing you. Hold on.
Hi, Megan and everybody. Good. I was gonna say good morning. No, it's good afternoon now. Oh, what do I do? Unmute.
There you go. We hear you. We hear you, and we see you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Oh. Okay. Now you're muted. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to ask to unmute again. It's all good. Well, this will work in a second. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I hear you.
Great. Great.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I was saying, I say, oh, hi, Magali and everybody, and good afternoon. I'm gonna try to share my experience from last night and from right now.
Great, great.
Yesterday in the morning, I felt like very positive and very energized because I had like my spiritual experience within my religion. For the first time in this past 2 years of pandemic, I hadn't been to a church, and yesterday was my first time going back to a church due to it being Christmas Day. So I felt very very positive and very grateful and a lot of love and all of that. But then in the evening, in the afternoon, I started watching thing led me to another, and I went on to the Facebook group, and then I started like going into this negative feelings again because you say, well, the family isn't here, the friends aren't here, or I see that this aren't easy times, and I see that this person has advanced more than me, and I started getting like all those like negative feelings, like a feeling bad for myself again. And then I also felt I was not having, like you talked about having grace, I was not having grace for myself because I was thinking, oh, and I didn't do anything else productive other than go to church in the morning. I didn't do anything else productive. I didn't work on my courses or advance for today. So I was like feeling guilty or feeling bad, not feeling grace for myself. And now so I went to bed with not a very positive experience. I mean, I prayed and that helped me, but still I was feeling like that. And then I've been going to bed late, so that I recognize that makes me feel bad also.
A
And
good
like you said, in the
recognition, a
other-
lot of good recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, well, you know, this recognitions comes from studying to be a coach with you guys. And now and other courses I've been taking. So like what I'm trying to get here is two things. One, how in one day we can change from the positive to the negative.
Yeah.
Two, how taking these courses and this meditation, starting to be a coach when you're going back into the negative or feeling bad again. Three, how you have to grab grace for yourself first, like the other lady said, and you said,
Yeah.
and then start working with whatever tools we have to get back into that peaceful and positive state again. And also right now, I just caught the last part of this meditation, but I went full in. I could concentrate. I could see like the golden and rose light coming out of me, which for me that represents that's how I imagine the abundance and the love.
Yeah.
And especially first for my my mom and a cousin that I just got notified yesterday that had that got COVID, and he has diabetes and other things. So I'm
one thing
for him right now. And also I saw that like in that I imagined it just as you were telling it. I represented it with those colors. I went fully in and I felt that connection and that positive energy.
Wonderful. So that sounds like, and so it sounds like you have a great ability to kind of see things and also to feel.
Yeah.
So one thing you can do that we did earlier in the practice, we're having a little problem with the sound.
Lately, I've been feeling more that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Lately, you've been feeling. Finish that thought. I think there's just a delay, maybe. So the thing I wanted to suggest, Miriam, if you watch the beginning, like 10 minutes in, you'll have the practice in the recording. And this might really help you to send your love and your kindness back to yourself from the day before. And that you can use that, like, because you have the skill of the feeling the colors and praying, and you can send that to yourself and then get really good at giving it to yourself right in the moment, the healing you need, so you don't get stuck in any of the common human experience of guilt or, not giving ourselves a chance to just rest or relax or be human also. Because that's, I understand some of us have a big drive to give and to do, and we need to also just give ourselves that permission, that grace to be,
Yes,
to not be perfect.
yes.
Yeah.
I just got unmuted again. Yes, thank you, Magali. Thank
All
you for
right.
this
Good talking to
opportunity.
you.
I'm trying to apply everything I'm learning for myself and to help other people in
Wonderful.
this not so easy
In these times, it's really needed.
time.
Yeah.
So
All right.
can I
Thank
wait
you,
for
Miriam. At the
whenever I
sound, a
have the
little
time, because
choppy.
you guys do that. I'm grateful when I can be here and share with you. Very, very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Have a
you.
blessed day.
You too. And our last share, Stephanie, and then we're going to go to small groups. Are you there, Stephanie? How are
Hi.
you? Good to see you.
Good. So good to see you and happy holidays. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for doing this.
Absolutely.
Begley, that was beautiful. I love being able to just being guided to go back to any spaces and times and bring love to myself. That just felt really good. And, it's a practice I want to take forward. I was hoping to see if I could ask your advice on something. I found myself going back to a moment that was really tender, and it was a moment where I just heard some news that had, a lot of things shifted after that. It was, yeah, it was a pretty painful moment. I feel like, something in me kind of shut down at the time. And, some numbing, which would, I think, make a lot of sense to me, considering, how painful it was. I'd love to be able to go back, in just a really tender way. And, I know I'm at a different place with things, but I feel like that's a really important moment to go back and just be with myself, and also wanting to see if I can find myself opening further again.
What a really loving, healing wish to go back to that time and give to yourself. So how would that feel or look or be? Is there any tool like a song, a metaphor? What would you like to, if you just give that younger you any gift, what could you imagine giving her? Love?
Love and grace.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and sometimes, in just doing that, either daily or just when the moment arises that you connect to that pain, you notice that it's related to something else. There can the opening, I think you talked about an opening. I think it can be quite gradual. It doesn't have to be like one big shift. But one of the metaphors I like is to imagine your current self really hugging and holding that time in your life when you had that shock and you needed to go numb, and just bringing the warmth and the connection to it now. And the body can really help, just like when we give ourselves a hug and we have that intention, it can be very powerful just for a moment. It doesn't have to be a long thing. We don't have to do regression hypnosis or anything. We all have the ability just in a moment to say, wow, that moment needs my love and care. And I think when we get more and more empowered as